You can now WhatsApp Paddy and Belinda. Send us your voice notes or comments by tapping the link at the top of the show notes. This podcast shares personal experiences only. It is not medical advice. Always speak to a qualified healthcare professional about decisions relating to your own health. Any treatments mentioned are part of personal stories and are not recommendations or promotion of any given medication. And you're very welcome along to another episode of The Dose with Belinda and...
Paddy.
Yeah, I confused you there, didn't I? You thought I was
Nope.
going to come in with Paddy and Belinda. Oh, God.
Next time we should say, oh, I'm Paddy, and you should say, I'm Belinda.
I'm Belinda. Well, only on Saturdays.
Confuse everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Belinda, happy weekend. How are things?
Good.
Can you get off
now,
your phone?
actually.
You're in work. What are you doing
I'm not
on
on
your
my phone. I'm
You're
writing notes
dosing.
about things I
Okay.
need to talk about on this. I know that your brain isn't gone to mush yet because you're, male.
Yeah, well, look at I'm Perry Meloponas.
Male. Oppose, yeah. So, how are you? How are things?
I like your zippy. It's very fleecy.
Oh,
warm
yeah,
looking.
it's
Is
fourth
that
arc.
seventh arc? Oh, fourth.
Paddy.
Fourth arc. I don't know. Fourth arc.
I know
fourth
nobody
arc.
wants to know this, but I have shoes matching the colour of my top today.
Oh,
And I have
What?
Yeah.
what colour would we call that? Like a lemon tart?
lemon. No, sherbet.
I'd say I'm definitely
You'd say
looking
tart,
more.
all right, wouldn't you?
Well, I'd say
Gosh.
I'm looking more at the lemon tart.
Yeah. I miss my days of being a tart. I loved
Yeah,
being
well,
a tart.
Yeah, well, last weekend. when were you on holidays?
I was actually hit on so hard today that I went straight home and told Sean. I'm not even joking you, Paddy. I'm not even
Please say it
joking
was
you.
by like some 20-year-old.
No, it wasn't. He was probably a bit older than me, but he did. He actually picked up my hand and kissed my hand. Honest to God.
Oh my
He
god.
said, I recognise you. He said, I recognise you from somewhere. And I said, yeah, we have had a conversation before. And he said, oh, God. He said, you must have left a big whatever on me. Yeah. Impression. And I said, yeah, I have a habit of doing that, all right.
Yeah.
I said, oh, my God. Okay, yeah.
Okay, not
And
that
there
kind
you
of
went on.
podcast.
That's our other kind. That's our other podcast.
Yeah, there's our other podcast, our Patreon.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll have a Patreon.
Oh, let's do a Patreon.
Let's do a Patreon. Yeah.
Can you send in votes on our WhatsApp if you would like a Patreon of The Dose? That'd be
And who's
great.
going? Wait a sec now. Okay. And
Oh,
who'll
God, here
make
we
that?
go.
Who will make that podcast? Who's going to do it?
I'll do it.
You learn the techie stuff. Okay. If you learn the techie stuff, we'll do Patreon. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, cool.
Belinda, so we are, it is the 9th of January, Friday the 9th
Yep.
of January. I can't believe we're already 9 days done in the new year.
I
That is
know.
mental.
And I think
Um,
this is a bit of an impromptu jump on, isn't it, really, for the two of us?
Yeah, well, like we had said that we were going to do one every week during January, which we are. And we have, I guess, to forward sell next week episode, we're going to have a wonderful specialist on, where we have a discussion on kind of the mental health kind of side of things, psychological side of things, the diet side of things, nutrition side of things, and then movement specialists. So we have a lot of kind of specialist people coming on over the next few
Really
weeks.
holistic.
Yeah, other than just us blabbing.
Yeah.
You'll be glad
Yeah.
to hear. But I think both of us were having a discussion this week, though, about weight gain. And
In the new year.
And in the new year, yeah. And then also this week, there was also a report out from a study done in Oxford about people who stop taking weight loss jabs regain weight in under 2 years. That essentially analysis finds those who stopped using medication saw weight return 4 times faster compared with other weight loss plans. I've done a bit of media on that today, and I've got some more next week. But we'll touch on that maybe in a wee bit as well. But I think going back to the initial bit of it's after Christmas, everybody very likely could put a few pounds on over Christmas.
But what I'd also like to say is that not everybody does either, because I have spent the past 3 Christmases on this medication, not gaining any weight at all
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
maintaining. And I think, sorry, I interrupted you. Do you have some more to say?
No, I was just going to say though, I was going to ask you where is your head at this year after Christmas?
It's not great now, Paddy. I'm glad you
Different from
asked. Great,
previous years?
great question. Yeah, very different. So I think what I want to premise this by saying that it's been nearly 3.5 years that I've been on this medication. It is an inevitability that my suppression isn't going to be the same, say, last Christmas on 15 milligram and this Christmas on 15 milligram. It can't be the same. And
That's something, Belinda,
obviously,
I would have found even during the year, like at the same level of treatment, that like it could vary, like massively vary. I'm like, what's going on
yeah,
here? But anyway,
yeah. So, like I just said, I hadn't put on any weight over the New Year or the Christmas or anything in the past 3 years that I've been on this medication. This would have been my 4th year on the medication. I went on holidays for Christmas. I was at an all-inclusive. It was great. Came back, bang, weight up. Now, when you are in maintenance and that happens, I I have no point of reference for
yeah.
anything. I am in maintenance. The only thing that I've been doing is reaching out to my provider and getting some information from them. But you know what it is, Paddy? It is the mental and emotional side of being in maintenance, knowing that you are now in maintenance. And I can honestly tell you, since the day I decided, well, we've spoken about this already. I have gaslit myself into changing my mind about 300 times. And then when the weight went up, this is only water weight. I
Do
realised that. I didn't eat enough for it to be pure fat. I get that. But again, it just brought up all of the, God, I'm not even in maintenance. This wouldn't be happening if I was in maintenance. I don't know.
so
Fix me,
do
Paddy. Go.
do you think that the space of weight loss that you've been in for over 3 years, okay, and weight loss being an ever-present thing, not just for 3 years in fairness, but particularly this journey of 3 years,
Mm.
do you think that's almost become a bit of a comfort blanket? And that now that isn't the focus, that now it's almost like the stabilizers almost have been taken off in terms of your identity of the journey you're on. And you're almost like, shit.
Mm.
Like when I have gained weight before, that has been when I have started having feelings of, oh my God, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, or this, that, or we did a live, me, you, Freya and Paul, Pen Pals Live, did a little live. Oh no, you weren't there. You weren't
Oh
there.
no, I forgot.
Actually,
Sure.
you
Yeah, I
you
forgot.
forgot. Anyway,
It was the
myself,
night
Paul,
before the kids were going back to school. Get
whatever,
off my back.
no, whatever. So anyway,
Yeah.
but one of the things actually, Belinda, that came up there was I was saying that this over the past kind of week or so, it's the first time in a long time where I have felt worried in terms of are people looking at me thinking, oh, he's put weight on.
I
And we
haven't
haven't
had
spoke
that
about that now.
in.
We actually haven't spoke about this before.
No, no,
But
and
this is,
I felt that the past
yes.
9 days.
But then I go and say, put my clothes on. And I'm like, okay, well, they're actually still fitting. Or I look in the mirror and I'm like, it's still pretty much me. Yeah, there's actually not that drastic.
I've noticed though.
Yeah, but like, again, as you say, if some of that is going to be potentially your body retaining extra water, Belinda. Yeah, there could be some
Yeah.
of it. Like you were on an all-inclusive holiday. It was Christmas. And I think the thing as well to keep in mind is that what we class as maintenance, right, in terms of where our body is at in terms of our weight there, that essentially is normal day-to-day life for everyone else. Like they're just going about it. They're pretty
Yeah.
much their standard weight bit.
Because they don't suffer with what we
Yes.
suffer with.
But what I
Yeah.
was going to say is their weight goes up and down when they're in their normal day-to-day life, particularly after Christmas.
Okay.
But I appreciate it's not going to play in their head as much. But for people that are living day-to-day life at a we'll call it a set point with their weight, whatever that might be,
Yeah.
okay?
These
their
are
weight,
normies.
yeah, normies, we'll call them, yeah. So
Yeah.
normies, their weight will go up after Christmas.
Yep.
So
After their
if you,
birthday, after their
after
holiday.
the birthday, all that kind of stuff. So if you're essentially a normie yourself now, because you're in that maintenance place, and it should be normal to be expected that your weight is going to fluctuate as well.
Okay. Yeah. See, I told you would fix me.
No, but I think it's that journey still of trying to break free from uh,
Diet. No, the
it,
loss, lose, lose, lose.
lose, 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 and that being the
Yeah.
frame of reference, what we know, because we know
Yeah.
that journey inside out, backwards, forward,
So,
upside down.
so I should really be just considering myself a normie and not being 100% engaged in the rhetoric of losing weight, losing weight, losing weight, because I actually am in maintenance and I should be living like a normie now that I am in maintenance with the medication.
Yeah, why would you be? Why would your head, or why do you think that you might even need to even thinking about weight loss again?
Because I put up weight and now I
Yeah,
need
that's
to
fair.
lose it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like a
that's
normal
fair enough.
person.
But that'll likely balance out if you keep doing your efforts. Where I would say, okay, maybe you need to think about this a bit more is if you're like, Paddy, it's another month, I've gained more weight. It's another month, I've gained more weight. Then I'd be like, okay, actually, let's look at that, Belinda. And before again, I'd be like, what's your food? It's always going to come back first and foremost to what is your food?
Yeah,
Always, you know?
yeah. Why are you putting it in my
Or
mouth?
or in fairness, for some other people, it could be, have you started any new medications? Has there been other things like that? Like sometimes they can have interactions. But I think for you, it's, and indeed me, like this week, I've done
Ca-
something that I have not done, Belinda.
But you're not in maintenance, Paddy.
No, 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 I'm not in
No,
maintenance.
no.
But like I have put on over a stone since I moved
Is it?
to Wegovy.
I
Like,
haven't said this out loud now, but mine was £11.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Now
over a
I've
stone.
dropped three. I've dropped three of those already. Just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
purely, yeah,
And that's to mean,
because
Belinda.
there's
That's
water
to mean.
weight.
Like I went up over a stone, as I say, from literally as soon as I started Wegovy. And again, Belinda, I'm not freaking out about that because that was all that I expected. I knew I was going to go up weight. I knew that. But
The expectation was there for you, though, wasn't
yeah, it
it?
was. I
Yeah,
think I hadn't prepared myself for how much weight I was going to
yeah.
put back on. And
So
it has stabilized now. It has stabilized like with what it has gotten to. But I'm just hoping, like,
okay,
is it going to stabilize at that now, or actually is it going
yeah, I was
to
actually
go
going to
back
come
down?
down. That's what I was going to ask you. Actually, if you have you put up any more since? Like,
No, I've not put any
okay,
up. Like, I fluctuated a bit with the same few pounds again,
yeah.
but for the most part, it's been staying around the same weight. But the other thing is, like, going back to what I was saying earlier, that first protocol is all going to be, what is your food? What is your food? This is the first week that for the week I have tracked my food.
I started that again as well.
Purely just as a sense check for me to see
All going in.
how much food is it that I'm actually eating, for
Yeah.
me to get an idea. Do you know?
Yep.
Again, it's not something that I'm a fan of long term. I'm not a fan of people tracking their food ongoing, but from time to time, it can be a good.
But sometimes normies can do it forever, can't they? And they love it, and it's not a trigger for them.
Yeah, I still think it's
I
there's
don't like
something
it.
more behind it. No, personally,
Yeah.
I just don't like it. But I do think there
So,
can be value though. So yeah,
yeah, no, absolutely. And there is value in it because I did it when I came off my, when I had put up the weight. But what I
yeah,
did first, before I decided to look at my food, was I decided to have a little meltdown
yeah,
when I seen the weight come up, go into complete restriction mode.
yeah,
I forgot everything I learned over the past 3.5 years. And I thought to myself, I'll just eat as little as I possibly can now going forward. And then Sean said to me, Belinda, what are you doing? What are you at? Like, you haven't done any of that stuff, he said, in nearly 4 years.
yeah,
And then I
yeah,
said, you know what? What am I doing is right. And I
yeah,
caught myself and I spoke about it on my social media because as 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 much as we can train our brain and look after our mental health and educate ourselves and lose the weight, I don't think that ever present restriction mode button will
yeah.
ever leave me. I think that will
Now,
always be a default of mine because I lived with it for 30 odd years, you know?
but is that something then, Belinda, where could therapy sessions help with that?
Yeah, and therapy sessions did help, Paddy.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, my health coach
yeah,
Nikki, she helped me so much with all that stuff, and I like it's 3.5 years in, and that's the first time I've done that. But
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
first time I've needed to do that or thought about it because
yeah.
again, I hadn't put off any weight. but this is another learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we've both mentioned a few times in different episodes, that no matter how long in we are, we're still learning things. And it's funny, I met somebody the other day, actually it was funny because they come up and like, oh, Paddy's like, oh, I follow you, well done. And I was like, oh, thanks a million, how are you, blah, blah. And they're like, first of all, they said something new to me that nobody has said before. They're like, you look so much taller since you've lost weight. And I was like, oh, I said, that's a new one. I've never had anyone say that to me before, that I look taller. Like, I'm 6 foot as it is, like.
Yeah, you
So
were
like,
so tall. Like
think,
I didn't. Yeah, when I met you first, I never realized you were so tall. Like you were walking towards me, and I just went, "Fucking hell, he's like a giant." Excuse my
yeah,
language.
um, it's a bit late, fucking a year and a half in, apologising about our language.
I know. I'm trying. I'm
but
trying my best
but
though.
yeah, that was one thing. But this lady had bariatric surgery 3 years ago, and she was saying that she is still learning things 3 years on about herself and her body and the weight loss and everything still. And I think it just really hits home something that I was talking about this morning when I was on RTE, about the
Yeah.
importance of that multidisciplinary approach again, in terms of, don't just think you can take a skinny jab and that fixes everything. It's not. There's so much more work that is needed in multiple areas.
Especially if you are somebody that has suffered with the disease of
Yeah,
obesity.
yeah, for your life, and you're
Yeah.
just
And
like,
I honestly think that that's what this medication is for. That's what it's being prescribed for.
yeah.
And I just, let's talk about the news article, Paddy, that you had
Yeah,
done
so
the
something that came out. So again, we haven't spoken about this massively offline before, so I'll be curious to get
no.
your thoughts, Belinda. So I'll read the headline. This is the headline from The Guardian about it. People who stop taking weight loss jabs regain weight in under 2 years, study reveals. An analyst finds those who stopped using medication saw weight return 4 times faster compared with other weight loss plans. What's your gut reaction, A? And B, are you surprised that this is a headline? Or, like, yeah, what's...
Paddy. Like what I'm about to say, I feel like I'm stealing your content from the actual news article or
Yeah.
the news piece that you did, because I 100% agree with every single thing you said. Like, I
Mm,
mean, 100%. I have no idea how, like, this medication has been available for so long. And just because somebody wrote an article about it, that it's now news, it's not news. None of
yeah,
this is
yeah,
news.
yeah.
I was on
It's
this
not.
medication 3.5 years ago, and I had trolls telling me that that's exactly what will happen to you. And my answer to them was, well, that doesn't concern me because I'm being treated for the disease of obesity.
Yeah,
Therefore, I'm not stopping my treatment. This isn't going to fix me. This is going to treat my disease.
yeah. But the interesting thing
Stop.
there as well is that the trolls even knew it. So they
Yeah,
did.
even the trolls who are thick as shit most days.
They were even, they were, would, are not surprised by it. So I find it fascinating, that this is news, because it's the way that I describe it is, both of us wear glasses. Just because we've worn glasses for
For
years, if
30
we take
years.
yeah, if we take them off, our
I'm
eyesight
going to
isn't
use this analogy
fixed.
on my social media later
Yeah,
when
this
I'm
is what I
giving
use the
out.
whole time is, like,
Yeah.
I have bad eyesight. I have worn I had a patch when I was in baby or high
Oh
infants or first class.
my God, were you bullied?
I was. I had cool little patches with like little stickers on them. But when I
Oh,
was in like first class high infants, I had to wear a patch on my eye to try and improve my eyesight. So like I've been living with that medical condition with my eyes a lifetime, and I'm going to be for the
longer
rest of
than
my life.
anything.
Yeah, like I'm not a candidate for laser surgery because it's so bad. So like the treatment of that is I wear glasses. If I stop wearing glasses, my eyesight is not fixed.
It
So
might also get 4 times worse.
absolutely, 100%, like from strains, from getting tired, all that kind of stuff. Same thing if you're a diabetic and you are like, oh, I'm going to take my insulin just for 3 months and then I stop just randomly and not follow medical advice. What do you think's going to happen if you're on something for your thyroid and you randomly take it and then stop? Like I don't get what I do get, but I equally get so annoyed when there is such a fascination that just because this is a weight loss treatment, and for me, it comes back to, and I guess there's some of the stuff I didn't get to say on RTE, but this is our space and we have more
Yes, we
time.
can say what we want. Yeah.
Like for me, the reason why this is news, and first of all, Oxford positioned this with this being the headline themselves as well, which I'm really disappointed at because they positioned it as, oh, the weight regain, when they could have positioned it as these are effective treatments
Med
for long-term treatment
yeah.
of obesity. That should have
But
been the news story here.
that's not click-worthy
No,
though.
that's not going to get the click-worthy. And the reason why this gets so much airtime is because, again, it is down to the stigma and the bias that there exists within society about people who have lived with overweight and lived with obesity for so long, and that it is almost seen like this kind of like if you go back to even thinking about like The Greatest Showman or those kinds of things, "Oh, here's a big fat person, let's get them into the circus and ridicule them." And it's that type of
Poke
thing. It's
them
like,
with a
oh,
stick.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's almost that mind stuff. Oh, here's another way to have a go with these people that have been overweight. Let's use this. Let's kind of drag them into the limelight again for something. And I can't help but feel it's that. And of course, people are going to want to be like, no, as you said, the trolls will be like, no, we told you. We're better than you. We told you.
Yeah.
Whereas we're like, we've known
Yeah,
this.
and
We've
what,
known this. This is a treatment.
why are you being interviewed about it all
Yeah,
of a sudden when it's
it's
actual fact?
and this is not
It's
the first report that has been out, like study, which confirms that yes, for the majority of people, this is going to be a lifelong treatment. There's multiples of reports over the
yeah.
years.
But also, Paddy,
Multiples.
what has Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk ever said anything about that? You know, that if you come off this medication,
So I don't know off the top of my head if they themselves will have come out, because again, if you think about what happens is they make the medication based on the trial data from their thing, and then usually it'll be up to I believe like the doctors how they then prescribe that for their patients. But there is definitely trial data out there from before this report that does show the amount of weight regain that people have had. Also, you know, it like another thing the report could have highlighted is, oh, a smaller percentage of people do manage to keep the majority of the weight off. You know, there is a smaller percentage of people that do.
yeah.
But again, based on
I
biology or
know
whatever the case
two
might be.
people in real life that has
Yeah.
happened to, but work very hard and
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah.
had not suffered as
Yeah.
much. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
But anyway, so I do get a little bit kind of like, first of all, why the fuck is this news? Number two, there was a way more positive positioning that could have been done on this. And three, the reason why it's a talking point is because those people that do have a bias towards us, that have lived with excess weight, they don't like the fact that suddenly the way that they've been able to mock us and make fun of us and use us as like an easy go or, you know, an easy jibe, that suddenly you're like, oh, it will become inappropriate to do that because this person has a medical condition. Like the same way you wouldn't say to somebody, actually, I was speaking to somebody yesterday and they had lived with an eating condition on the other end of the spectrum. And they said this as well. They're like, Paddy, I find it shocking. Nobody would have said to me, oh, just eat more and move less and it'll fix you. They wouldn't have said that at all. Like, but yet because the other end, I'm like, exactly. This is the point. How many times do you see people
Weight
that have bulimia or
bias
anorexia?
is
Yeah.
like people have weight bias and they don't even know they have it, Paddy. There's
Absolutely.
medical weight bias. There's so many different types of weight bias in the world.
100%.
I've been working on a long form YouTube video on it because it's just a subject that is absolutely huge, Paddy. It's huge, and people don't know that they have it, that they do it, that they're even suffering from it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot that I could say on this, like, and I'm sure you're the same.
But you done so well. You were so eloquent and articulate, and you got your point across really well. And your point was that, this isn't news, and we already know that. So
yeah, if you're working, like it's interesting that this is news for you, because for those of us that are on this journey, for those of us that are engaging with our providers, that are understanding the journey we're on, like we have both met Belinda with endocrinologists, with obesity specialist doctors, even our current provider.
On the podcast, we've met them in person, we've had consultations with them.
Yeah, like this is all known and has been known for many, many, many years, many years. And again, I know there'll be people listening, Belinda, as well that are probably like, "Oh, that won't be me. I will, my plan isn't to stay on it for life," and that is your decision, absolutely. And as we say, there is a small portion of people that are able to come off it based on the data, and they are able to maintain the majority of their weight
And
loss.
lucky them.
Absolutely, more
Lucky
power to
them.
you.
I
And
wish I was them.
and I think obviously everybody needs to figure that out. Are you one of those people or not? You know, are you one of those people or not? I think that's absolutely something that is a valuable thing for
And
people to
the
chat
other
about.
thing is, like, maybe a bit of devil's advocate here, but if you are somebody, say, this is only like hypothetical now.
Yeah,
Say if you and I, right, we both suffered with the disease of obesity our whole life. It's been an integral part of our life, of our upbringing, our growing up, and everything. Now, um, I'm on this medication for the disease of obesity, and so are you. And you decide to come off it, but you're actually able to maintain your weight. Do you think that's a possibility, even for somebody that has suffered and lived our lives? Do you think that's a possibility? Like, how
I think.
likely
Well,
would it be that you could come off this medication and just live as a normie?
yeah, I think. I mean, some of the data indicates that is possible for a small number of people.
But is
I
that data about people with the
yeah,
disease of
yeah,
obesity,
yeah,
or is
yeah.
it just people? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, it does indicate that there is a small percentage of people that can, but for the most part, most people will regain weight. That's
Yeah,
that is the main
that
thing, which
is,
which we
yeah.
know. But I think again, though, this is where it comes down to, Belinda. Everyone's biology is different, and you don't know how after a period of treatment or stuff like that, or is there other things in that person's biology, other genetic markers, other things that we mightn't be aware of. And I think again, whilst these treatments have been around for a long time, in terms of their current use and stuff like that, we are probably still in the early days of understanding what are the opportunities, particularly as new medication comes along and all this kind of stuff. So I think there'll be a lot more talk about this, but hopefully the headline won't continue to be, "Oh, you stop them and you gain weight." It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, stop eating, you get hungry. Stop wearing glasses, you can't see right.
See,
You know, stop
stop
taking
taking
your
your
blood
blood
pressure.
pressure, mate.
Exactly.
Your
Like,
high blood pressure will come back. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
But it's all news, isn't it? It's all
Yeah,
clickable.
and
It's
this is
all
the thing.
news.
It is,
So,
it is,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
have to say, in fairness, like the way it usually happens with media, I I am sometimes a little bit wary when some media outlets reach out, depending on who they are and what kind of stances they're going to take, and if they're going to try and rile me up, essentially, and stuff like that. You've
My
experienced
God.
that, so you have.
Haven't we learned our lesson, Paddy? Though
Hmm.
I had a baptism of fire when I think about it now.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Lord.
Um, but so I was a little bit wary, but I have to say, in fairness, like I've dealt with RT a few times now, and every time over the years, whether it was going back like years and years ago or more recently or other bits and pieces, they've always been very sound with me. And although the piece today
But
was
they're
only five.
reputable.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
the piece today was 5 minutes on Morning Ireland, which is the most listened to radio show in the whole country.
They vetted you and
Over
spoke to
half
you
an
for a
hour.
long time. Yeah,
Half hour,
before
40
the
minutes
call.
yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah,
But they
with two
know
different
you
people.
anyway, don't they?
Look, I've done bits. I mean, there's so many people in RT, but I've done stuff for RT before, but
Mm,
TV and radio and actually even print for the RT Guide. I did stuff.
mm.
But no, I have to say kudos to RT. They were lovely. They were really sound, lovely to chat to, and it's
You've
nice to
got
have that
another one
experience.
next week, I think, have you?
Due to be on another radio station on Monday morning down the country. So we'll see if that pans out and what kind of stance they take. And like the thing is, look, I am fully expecting that in some of these, you are the person that is kind of challenging things, and you're going to be challenged, and I'm okay with that because
Yeah,
I
but
feel
you're
confident
able
enough,
for that.
you
Yeah,
know. So
you're able
yeah,
for
we'll
it.
see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
so
just,
interesting.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's great that you're getting the word out there, though, that you're able to go on national radio and say, why is this news?
Yeah, I think for me, I put a story up last night on my Instagram when I started seeing some of these headlines, and like I was frustrated when I saw it because again, I say in my mind, these kind of headlines just drive into the bias and the stigma more. And I think I have always been so, so fortunate going back like 15 odd years now with the support and the encouragement I've got from people for the most part online. And that's why I will never stop kind of advocating for
Advocating for proper.
understanding. Yeah, for like proper understanding and trying to break down that taboo. And I think that's saying, even from the back of my Instagram story, like people message me saying, Paddy, thank you so much for putting this message out there. It makes me feel better knowing that other
Yeah.
people get this, you know, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, I think it's probably a good point to kind of just say and reinforce that if you're listening to us and if you have lived with obesity and you're blaming yourself, obesity is not your fault. It is not your fault. And
Yeah.
the first time I heard somebody saying that, it was actually Dr. McCroddy on a podcast. I remember just being like, oh my God, somebody believes me.
Yeah. I'm not broken.
Somebody believes me that I'm not just lazy and a hungry fucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's more to this.
Because every single person around you your whole life would have had weight bias and thought that about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they
And
didn't, you thought they did.
yeah. And then over, I guess, since we got to know each other, or even before that, our journey, we've been very fortunate that we've gotten to know more and more and more people that
God.
understand obesity, you know, and
Yeah.
obviously we've
But
had a lot of those on the
even,
podcast, but just,
yeah, but even the community we've built
yes.
ourselves,
Yeah.
Paddy, online.
Yeah.
And it just, you know what? Every time somebody messages me on TikTok or Instagram and says to me, oh my God, I just related to your video so
Yeah.
much and
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah.
so much for saying it. I literally, that's what makes me happy in my life now, is
Mm-hmm.
people reaching out and saying, that's really helped me, Belinda, because I know that there's millions of people out there that have lived that life and that have hated themselves, like
Yeah.
viscerally hated themselves because they've suffered with the disease of obesity. And
Mm.
it does horrible, rotten things to you. Honestly, it does.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we are so lucky to be in the first wave of
Mm.
people to actually have these medication. We're making history, even
As we
sitting
said,
here.
as we said
Yeah,
before, like Belinda, you were pretty much patient zero, like with Ozempic. You know, we've said that a couple of times
for the
before,
weight
and
loss. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like
Somebody's actually, like, there's a lot of people said that to me, Paddy, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
especially in
I know,
Ireland.
I
Yeah,
know, because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny. There's like drama llama on TikTok, UK TikTok, in the Manjaro community. So there is, which I
Ooh,
didn't like. I don't get
tell
caught
me
up
what's
in that.
going on. I miss everything.
It's something to do with like who are the old. I don't even know how this becomes a thing.
Who are the OGs?
Who are
Where?
the OGs of TikTok Manjaro?
Oh, right. Well, how long has Monjaro been out in the UK?
Since kind of April 2024, roughly. So, yeah, and it's kind of like I started in June, so and again, remember at that time it wasn't available in the Republic of Ireland, so I know even from with the pharmacies and stuff at that point, like I was one of the first people say in the Republic of Ireland to be on Mounjaro at that point. But I just find it fascinating. It's like, why are you trying to turn this into like a social media argument as to, oh, well, I'm on it longer, so therefore, so what?
And your
So
point?
what? So what?
Oh,
And it's
gives
just
them a
like
buzz.
it's this big drama llama of like, oh well, I'm a Munjaro OG because I'm on it longer. It's like, so what?
Yeah.
That
Good
doesn't
luck
mean
to you,
you're
love.
any. You might have more lived experience that applies to you and your journey, but that doesn't mean you're any more informed. You know, I just find
Well, I don't
TikTok gas.
I don't think a lot of people are informed anyway, well informed
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
So yeah.
gas. It's gas.
Yeah. But as I was
But
saying,
yeah,
we are very lucky. We are the first cohort of people in the world, you know, in history to be able to have this medication and have the opportunity to go forward and let other people see what the journey is actually like
yeah,
authentically.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got that out of my system now.
What, all of it or just the TikTok drama llama?
The TikTok thing I just find fascinating. I'm like, I hear whatever, like,
Oh God,
um,
if only I had
but
the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, just about the study, more so. So, yeah. Anything else, Belinda, on your side?
I should have
No,
moved my fern, shouldn't I?
that's
Forgot I was there. I'm in my mum's house. That's why the decor looks lovely.
You should have moved your fern. I'm not even
Yeah.
going to go there.
Oh no,
So
stop. I think that's it, actually. That's all we have to gab about, anyway. Oh,
I'm
Paddy, can I ask you just one quick thing before we go? Talk to me about your Wegovy journey, just an update.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Where are you? What are you on? How long have you been on it?
so I am on it. What now? 9, 10 weeks, something like that. I think 10, 11 weeks, 10 weeks. I think
And you started on,
started on it was the mid-tier dose that I was prescribed. I've kind of followed the titration as suggested, so I'm at the kind of the top tier now. This is week 2 of the top tier, so we'll see. Um,
yeah. Have
I
you just done one full week and you've just started your second
yes,
week?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And how did
So
you find your first full week? But can I just say first, before Paddy goes into this rant, that do not take this as the norm. Every single person's biology is different.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Everybody's. You can't
Why are you
expect
stealing
anyone
my
in the
rant?
world.
I'm the one that says
I
that
know.
always.
Shut up. You can't expect any two people in this world to have the exact. Stop. I'm going to mute you in a minute. To have the same outcome for the same medication.
Yeah, yeah. I always say that, Pooh. You're
But
stealing.
I say this to my girls in my group every single day.
You're
So I
stealing me
just wanted to
words.
get it out here as well.
But you were right. You were right. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So look at. I said for me, I was very well aware. Hey, you're probably going to be hungry. You're probably going to gain weight. All this kind of stuff, you know. And
That's what you expected. But you're 10 weeks in now.
yeah.
And how is your side effects, your suppression, everything going
So
now?
I would say side effects pretty negligible for the most part.
Yeah.
I have I definitely have had days, and I'd say maybe a couple of weeks where I felt frustrated when I seen the weight continuing to go up.
In
And
the early days.
particularly when it hit the stone and like went beyond the
Yeah.
stone, that shocked me.
Yeah.
Because whilst I was prepared for weight gain, I didn't think it would be that much weight gain so quickly. Um, I would say I haven't obviously like I haven't lost weight. I'm still above the weight I was when I joined or when I moved to Wegovy.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to
Say
quantify,
that
I guess.
sentence again. You're still the what? You're
So like
still
yeah, so like when I started, I was like 15 stone 6, I think it was something like that, 15 stone 7, and I'm still like in the 16s, if you get me. So the weight hasn't started dropping off to bring me back down to what I was, and I don't know if it's going to.
15.7. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm just trying to understand now, and it mightn't, you know. But in terms of my biggest concern, Belinda, was that I was going to have bad side effects, and I haven't. And that, for me, I'm taking as a win. So as I think like longer term, is this something that could be supportive for me for maintenance? I think yes, it could. I think it yes, because my weight has stopped going up now and it seems
Fluttering
to
up
have
and down.
stabilized. Yeah, it seems to
Yeah.
have pretty much stabilized for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm tracking now for the next few weeks is, right, is my weight actually just going to stabilize? Because if so, that's an indicator for me that this would be medication I could use for maintenance.
Maintenance, which
Yeah.
is, and you're nowhere near that yet.
I would say I have a stone and a bit for me to get to kind of
Is
maintenance where I
that
want
the
to be.
stone that you have gained or the one before
So
that?
yeah, good question. So I would say in total then probably about a stone and a half
From today.
from today. From today. Yeah.
You'll do that.
Yeah. So, and that's why I've gone back to like checking myself and my nutrition, and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to be saying, oh, the medication, this, if I'm like, well, no, first of all, Paddy, it always comes back to
Hang
as
on.
what
Yeah.
exactly, Paddy, check your food, check
Yep.
my sleep, which is
Yep.
massively important. And actually, I'm hoping that we might be able to get a sleep expert on the podcast as well to talk about how important sleep is for health and
In
particularly from
this.
weight. Yes. So hopefully that's something that we'll have one of the weeks as well. But yeah, because
I'll
I
be
know my
very
sleep,
interested.
like with no thanks to Stranger Things, my sleep has been a bit all over the place as well. For
Are
the
you
past
talking
while.
about the series on
TV show?
TV?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're playing catch up on the. That's what my jumper is. It's the radio station from Stranger Things. The squawk.
Was it? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But
Pennies
anyway,
is full of it.
yeah, this from pennies. But anyway, yeah. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. I am at a place whereby I am a bit more weight up than I had hoped. Or not that I'd hoped, but that I had anticipated for. Things have stabilized, which is good. Minimal side effects, which is good. And just I guess the next month is going to be about trying to see, okay, how does this month go in terms of continuing to stabilize? Do I actually see some weight loss now that I'm at the higher dose, or what? So we'll see. And then once I've all that info, I guess I'll chat to the prescriber and kind of see what the crack is.
So can I ask your do you have to go, or can I
No,
just
no, no.
keep
Keep
talking?
going. Yeah, yeah. Keep talking.
Can I So there's just because I'm only just saying this now because there we have been talking about we have gained weight, and I know that out there are two camps of thought. There's two, no, that's not the word camp.
Schools of thought.
There's two schools,
They could be
camps.
camp schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two schools of thought about where you would stand on weighing yourself, right? So everybody knows that I worked with a health coach, Nikki, and she helped me massively to release that traumatic pull that I had with me and the scales. I had a very, very bad relationship with it. So that was fine. I don't have that anymore. The scales really doesn't bother me. But there would be a question in my mind now as to, because I have put up 11 pounds, I haven't told anyone that, and here it's an exclusive. I've put up 11 pounds. I've since dropped, I think this week, 3 of those pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it's not proper weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I, or do you think it is beneficial to weigh yourself every day for information purposes, to gather data, as opposed to no? Okay.
Because you're still going to
That's
be
your school of thought then.
You're still going to be fluctuating. What's it going to do? It's not going to change your weight. It's probably going to wreck your head more if you see it going back up. Like if you were to weigh yourself tomorrow and see yourself going back up 3 pounds, you'd probably be feckin' raging again.
Yeah, and I'd probably go into my little spiral again that I had last week. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
So
See,
why
these
do
are
that?
these are ledges that I need to be talked down off of constantly.
Yeah. So no, and so, like it's not going to. As I'd always say, you should only weigh yourself if it's going to support you positively on your journey.
Got it. Yeah, we need to put that on a t-shirt.
Only weigh yourself if it's going to positively support you on your journey. And I would say right now, like I know I've weighed up. It's not going to fall off overnight. I would say I'm absolutely sound weighing myself max once a week. Like what does it matter?
I know.
What does it matter?
It hasn't changed anything about my life. These 11 pounds, 9 pounds I still have extra.
As I say,
there is that
bit of the head fuck, as we say, about like, oh God, am I a bit puffy around the tummy, or this kind of thing. Or like, I was like, oh my God, my face looks fatter. And then I went and got a haircut and shaved. And I was like, oh no, I just needed a haircut and a shave. True story. I swear to God.
Paddy. I do that every Friday with my hair when I get it washed and blow dried.
Haircut and a shave.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was no shadow today.
Actually, there is under there a little bit, but that's all hormonal. It's fine.
Oh dear. But
I love that.
yeah. Cool. Anything else, Belinda? Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all. They're all my ledges. Thank you.
They're
for
all your
taking
ledges
me
today.
Off them.
Okay. Grand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any ledges that you're on that you need rescuing
no, I'm going for
from?
dinner tomorrow. Going to my aunt's house for dinner tomorrow, which will be interesting. My aunt is a retired chef, like proper chef.
You told me about this lady.
Dinner,
what's her name?
Sheila. Dinner is not just dinner. Dinner is like restaurant quality food.
Yeah. See, my cousin Debbie is exactly the same. She's a retired chef as well, and she does the chowder and the
fish.
Yeah.
I don't eat fish
at all.
You know this about me. I don't eat fish. No.
Do I? Oh, yes, I do know this.
Yeah, I don't eat fish.
Fish is my favorite food in the world.
Like
especially
at a
sushi.
At a push, you might get me to have a fish finger. At a push. Yeah. If it's not fishy tasting or smelling.
Is it because of the taste or just the thoughts of it?
Belinda, it's not even the thoughts of it. It's literally, if you were to give me, say, a bit of salmon or a bit of, I don't know, the other
Cod,
fishes there are. The
sea bass.
cod, not too bad. It's white and it tastes a bit generic.
Yeah.
But like, if you were to give me a piece of fish, as soon as I put that in my mouth, I'm going to start wrenching.
Is
It's
that
like an
because
instant reflex.
okay. You can
Instant
work on
reflex.
that though.
Yeah, I don't want to. No, no,
I
no, no, no.
I can honestly say in this world there's nothing I won't put in my mouth.
Well, I've read your TripAdvisor page.
Yep.
Ah! Can you hear my cat? I don't think my cat is like going
Kitty.
ballistic. Yeah, she's like
Beetlejuice.
she's giving out good old Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Well, Belinda, look at we will be back
We'll leave it on
next
that
week.
note.
We'll be back next week. As I say,
Yeah.
over the next 2 weeks, we have our guests lined up. Looking forward to recording with them. Mindset, nutrition, movement, all with guests over the coming weeks. Really excited for all that.
Yeah.
Belinda, I hope you
Yeah.
have a wonderful weekend.
I'm going to Cork tomorrow.
Cork? Where?
Overnight. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
where in
Yeah.
Cork?
We're going. Well, Sean booked at the Rochestown Park Hotel.
Okay.
Rochestown. Yeah. I have my neurosurgeon appointment for my shoulder,
Okay.
so we just thought let's just not come home.
Ever just like
Those kids, they'll be fine. Those pesky kids.
cool. I next weekend I'm going to Galway for 2 nights. So I am.
Is that when you're going to the comedy show?
No, the comedy show is tonight in Sligo. So I'm going to see Shane Todd, a
Oh.
comedian in Sligo tonight.
Fab. Are you going to go for something to eat, dinner and a show, or just...
No, I got fresh burgers yesterday from the butcher, so we're going to use them before we head into town.
Lovely. You should put some... Oh, you probably don't eat this now, but blue cheese. Sean did me a burger with blue cheese. See, I knew it.
No,
Blue cheese, bacon and avocado.
No, so one of the burgers actually has little specks of cheese through it and spring onion.
Okay.
In
Nice.
the actual burger.
Oh.
And the other one is just a steak burger. But what I have is Centra here do like a vintage white cheddar. It's a little bit crumbly, but it slices.
My
It's
mouth just watered.
It is like it's a very strong tasting cheddar, and it's delicious. So that's my little thing that I'll be having.
So fish and cheese and biscuits and onion marmalade. That's the and sushi. Yeah.
All right, okay.
And red wine, but I can't drink that anymore.
Yeah,
But
so
anyway,
don't
that's a
be
whole other
coming back
podcast.
here next week then after a night in Cork, like you've been
know,
like,
yeah,
oh,
giving
I'm
out
up
about
2
my weight.
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably never give out about my weight again, actually, Paddy.
Yes, you will.
Will I?
Yes.
Okay. You can remind me to do so.
I will, yeah, and I'll play the WhatsApp back. Folks, just a reminder, talking of WhatsApp, that you can find the details on how to WhatsApp us in the show notes. We had some messages from people. Actually, is there any of them that I should be reading here? Or I'll keep them for another
there were
episode.
such lovely messages.
We
And
did,
also
but-
as well, I want to plug Paddy's movement room. That's back.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
really looking forward to getting that off the ground again, and lots of interest. So
Yes.
that's brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have 12 spaces in my group, the next chapter as well. So that's
Amazing.
available as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. You can find out the details of those in the show notes. But want to give a shout out to Sharon, who sent us in a WhatsApp. Sharon, thank you for that. Also to Miles, who sent us in a WhatsApp as well. To Joe from Australia, who sent us in a WhatsApp there as well. To Giselle in the United States, who sent us in one as well. And also to another Sharon in the UK who sent us in, and that's all on WhatsApp over the last few days. So thank you so much. Folks,
That's
who find
great,
the
isn't
details
it?
for Yeah,
Must put
love
that up on my socials now, just like I said I would last week, but never did.
And never
Okay.
did, yeah. All right. Well done,
Great.
Belinda.
Yeah,
Okie dokie, folks. Look, thank you so much as always for listening. This ended up being a bit longer than we had thought, but good chats.
Oh,
Good
we're
chats,
doing
Belinda.
good. Yeah.
Good chats.
Yeah.
And folks, have a lovely weekend ahead, and we'll chat to you in about a week's time again. This podcast shares personal experiences only. It is not medical advice. Always speak to a qualified healthcare professional about decisions relating to your own health. Any treatments mentioned are part of personal stories and are not recommendations or promotion of any given medication.